Hello everyone, welcome to this SENSHU Mathematics 2014, and this is part 1. We're going to discuss part 1 here. Number 1, the number of integers that satisfy the inequality of x squared minus 6x plus 3 equals 0. And from this, it is not just something we can factorize, so we just use the formula, which you might know, that is this formula. Okay, for this is like the variable of the constant. Just remember the general form of the quadratic equation, and so we just have to insert the numbers in. So because b here is minus 6, this is 6 plus or minus b squared, which is 36, minus 4 times a, which is 1, and times c, which is 3, and then 2a, 2 times 1, which is 2, right? So this is 6 plus or minus root of 24 over 2, which is 6 plus or minus 2 root 6 over 2, which is 3 plus or minus root 6. So from this, because we have the interval that makes less than 0, which means the interval is between 3 minus root 6 less than x less than 3 plus root 6. If this is greater, the sign is greater, you could actually, the interval is not this, but it is rather this one, x less than this one, or x is greater than that. Okay, but this is less than, so this is the interval. So we just have to find how many integers fitted in this interval. Now you can just predict, what is root 6. You know that root 6.25 is 2.5. So this is about 2.4. 2.4 is 5.76, right? 2.4 squared is 5.76. So you just, maybe it is 2.45. So if you subtract 3 minus 2.45, it is about 0.55. And then you add 2.45 here, so this is 5.45. So the integer inside here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so the number of integers satisfy is there are 5 integers. And now number 2 says about sine 30 plus cosine 120 plus tangent 45. Well, it's just simple. Sine 30 is half. Cos 120, you should know that this is cosine 180 minus 60. And because this is in the second quadrant, in this quadrant, the value of cosine here is negative. So this is cosine 60, but it's negative. And you know that cosine 60 is half, so minus half, and tangent 45 is 1. So the answer is 1. You just have to remember the special angle from 0, 30, 60, 90, 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90. Okay, now number 3, when 2 to the power of 3x minus 2 is 128, what is x? Now you should know that 120 is just 2 to the power of 7, okay? Because this has the same 2, so we just have to use the exponent there. So 3x minus 2 is equal to 7. 3x is 9, so x is 3. Okay, now number 4, the maximum and the minimum of y equals x squared minus 2x plus 3 from 0 to 3 are what and what? So from here you could just, because this is have the small interval from 0 to 3, we just test it one by one. So for x equals 0, y equals 3. For x equals 1, that is 1 minus 2 plus 3, which is 2. X equals 2, it is 4 minus 4 plus 3, which is 3. And when x equals 3, this is 9 minus 6 plus 3, which is 6. Now you can see this is the maximum and this is the minimum. So the maximum is 6 and the minimum is 2. Okay. Now for number 5, it says that when AB is 2 root 3, AC is 3, angle A is 30 degrees with the triangle of ABC, then BC and angle C is what? So just draw a triangle, and let's say this is angle A with 30 degrees, and you get AB here, 2 root 3, AC is 3, and okay, BC. Now we could actually find BC with the cosine rule. So BC squared equals the angle behind it. That is, no, BC squared equals this side, you square that beside the angle that is behind that. So 2 root 3 squared is 12 plus 9 minus 2 times 2 root 3 times 3 times cosine the angle behind it. Okay, so BC squared is 21 minus 2 times 2 root 3 times 3. Remember that cosine 30 is half root 3. Okay, so this is crossed out. This is 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, 9 times 2, which is 18. So BC is 21 minus 18, 3. So BC is root 3. And now, because this is root 3, now we can find angle C. Okay, for angle C, you could use the sine law, where 2 root 3 over sine C equals root 3 over sine 30. Okay, so this is half. Just crossed it out. So sine C is 2 times half, which is 1. And the angle that fulfills 1 is C is 90 degrees. Okay, so that is for number 5. Now for number 6. For number 6, the number of positive divisors with 108. So basically you just find the factor that is inside 108, right? From 1, 108, 2, 54, 3, 36, 4, 27, 5, no, 6, 18, 7, no, 8 is not 2, 9, 12, and then 10 is not 11, no, 12, no. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 positive divisors of 108. Now for number 7, x squared minus 2x plus a is divisible by x plus 1. So what is a? So basically, if you have a function, a polynomial, divisible by some function here, it means that when you make that function equals to 0, x equals minus 1, right? And you put it here, substitute the x equals minus 1 here. So minus 1 squared minus 2 times minus 1 plus a, this will be equal to 0. Okay, so 1 plus 2 plus a equals 0, so a is minus 3. For number 8, fx is 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. And then f2, okay, so we substitute f2, which is 3 times 4 minus 2 times 2 plus 1, which is 12 minus 4 plus 1, which is 9. And then the first differentiation of the function, so we differentiate it first, then we substitute 1. So this one differentiate into 6x minus 2. So f1 is 6 minus 2, which is 4. And now we just have to integrate that. So the integral of fx dx with the limit of 0 to 2. So we just have to integrate the function. Okay, this will become 3 over 3x to the power of 3 minus 2 over 2x to the power of 2 plus x. So this is x to the power of 3 minus x squared plus x to 0. So this is, for this integral with the limit, you just have to substitute it one by one. Start with the upper limit first. So 8 minus 4 plus 2 minus, okay, remember you have to subtract it with the lower limit, substitute there. So 0, right? 0, 0, 0. So that is 10 plus 10 minus 4 is 6. Okay. Now for number 9, there is a progression of 1, 2, 4, and then the fourth term 11, 6, etc. What is this fourth term? So for this, we just have to predict the pattern, because we not sure whether it is arithmetic, geometric, or others. So this is 1, the difference. 2, 5. Well, we could just guess this is just this kind of progression. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 5 is 16. So the fourth term is 7. Okay, now for number 10, when two straight lines 3x minus a minus 3y minus 6 equals 0 and a plus 1 x plus y minus 1 equals 0 are vertical to each other, then the fixed number is a is what? So basically from here it is said that vertical means these two functions are perpendicular to each other this way. Now perpendicular means between two lines, the gradient and this of this line and the gradient in this line multiplied together will become minus 1. So basically we just have to find the gradient of each function. The way to do that is just make this y alone in the other side. So you have this function, right? So you move the y into the other side, and then you move the a minus 3 into this one. So 3 over a minus 3x minus 6 over a minus 3. Now you got the gradient of the first line, that is 3 over a minus 3. And now for the second line, just do it as what we did before. Okay, so this is the gradient. So basically when you multiply this gradient together, it will result into minus 1. Then from there, we would try to find what is the number a. This is positive. And then 3a plus 1 equals a minus 3. So 3a plus 3 is a minus 3. And then 2a is minus 6. So a is minus 3. Okay, so the answer is minus 3. Now let's go for number 11. For number 11, when a is greater than 0, then the minimum of a plus 9a is what? Now for this, to find the minimum of a function, you just have to differentiate it first. So the differentiation of this function is 1 minus 9 over a squared. Make it equal to 0. Okay, and now I want to make equal the fraction here. So a squared minus 9 over a squared equals 0. And I would just factorize this. So a plus 3, a minus 3 over a squared equals to 0. So a is between minus 3 and a is 3. If we put the value, if you look from the question that a should be greater than 0, so a is 3. And when we substitute there, so 3 plus 9 over 3, which is 6. So this is the minimum value of a plus 9 over a. Okay, so that is everyone for SENSHU Math 2014 Part 1, and stay tuned for the next part.